Thankful to the North Reading Police Department, for even as serious as this call was, while all the Reading officers were in Woburn, we could not leave our town unprotected. Without hesitation, North Reading sent 2 cruisers into our town to handle the calls for service that was still coming in while we remained in Woburn. So I want to thank you, North Reading, for your help that night. A sense of appreciation knowing that when Chief Cormier arrived on scene, he had faith that his Reading officers had everything under control, did not feel the need to take over on scene, but instead acted as a valuable resource to the Woburn Chief. I want to thank you, Chief, for that night, that helped that night. So it's with a heavy heart that I accept this award as recognition for a job well done on a night I know I'll never forget. Just thank you very much.
It is such an honor to be here tonight, and my deepest congratulations to all the award winners. In these 2 communities, there is such a commitment to giving back through volunteer hours, through the businesses. They are incredible places to live, and so to be honored from among your peers in Reading and North Reading is truly an accomplishment. And I'm very pleased to be here. It's a good night for the Clarks, and starting with Sergeant David Clark. We just want to thank you not only for your valor and your leadership on that horrific night of December 26th, but for the quieter times where you also exhibit bravery, commitment to public safety, and commitment to the community of Reading. So I am very honored to be here on behalf of the State Senate tonight with an official citation for Sergeant Clark that reads, "Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to Sergeant David Clark in recognition of your distinguished service to the town of Reading. And be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for your continued success, and that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested to and a copy transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate." Congratulations and thank you.
For those that don't know me, I'm Representative Jim Dwyer, and I'm a lifelong resident of the city of Woburn. I can tell you this is very heartfelt for me, knowing Jack and his family for as long as I have. Actually, my father-in-law went on the police force the same day Jack's dad went on the police force right after World War II. They were lifelong friends, buddies, pals, comrades in the police department. And as everybody may not know, Jack's dad was actually the Woburn police chief for many, many years. Jack's family comes from dedicated public servants. His brother Chuck was a probation officer that worked with me for many years. And I can tell you, working with law enforcement, firefighters, I have the utmost respect for the job that you do while you're on duty and the job that you do benefiting the community on Little League, any kind of social thing. You and your families deserve an awful lot of credit. Thank you very much for what you do. I want to thank Jimmy Cormier and Dave and the folks that showed up on the scene that night. I received the horrific phone call just before 12 o'clock that night, and was still traumatized over that to this very day. We're trying to do the best we can in the legislature to come up with some common sense legislation that's going to solve this problem in the future, and I'm very, very optimistic that we'll have something out in this session to close those parole loopholes that should have never been there in the first place. On a lighter note, I'm so proud to be here. Jean Clark, Dave's mother, has probably been on the phone with me probably once every 3 weeks just to make sure I'm doing the right thing. So congratulations, Jean. You've got a very loving son, and congratulations on being a very, very, obviously did a great job bringing up David. So congratulations, Jean. Well, from Representative Brad Jones and myself, I want to say thanks to Brad too. Since I've been elected, Brad's been a great partner in the town of Reading. Excuse me. He's been very, very good to a freshman state representative and very, very very helpful to me. So thanks, Brad. So on behalf of Brad and myself, this is a citation from the House of Representatives. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the House of Representatives. Be it here known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Sergeant David Clark in recognition of your outstanding service for the Reading Police Department and the town of Reading. We commend you for your dedication to the safety of our community. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all your endeavors. And that's signed by Representative Bradley Jones, this 30th day of March 2011, also the Speaker of the House, and proudly by Jim Dwyer, State Representative. Thank you so much, Dave.
Okay, moving along. We'd like to invite Chief Greg Burns from the Reading Fire Department, who will present the Reading Firefighters of the Year, Firefighter Stephen Murphy, Firefighter David Robideau, and Firefighter Patrick Wallace.
I'd like to say first, congratulations to Sergeant Clark. It was well done, very well done that night. And also I'd like to say thank you to the Chamber for having us here tonight. And just as a side note, on that night, Lieutenant Paul Jackson was the officer in charge. When he heard that there was a police officer that was shot, he immediately dispatched our engine that's just about a quarter of a mile down the road. That truck has specialized advanced life support equipment on it and trained personnel, and he believed that could have made a difference for that police officer. So he immediately dispatched that and our ambulance, and our firefighters worked as hard as they could for that police officer. So it was a very difficult call for everybody there, and just congratulations to Sergeant Clark. Tonight, I'd like to introduce to you three firefighters from Reading, Firefighter Pat Wallace, Firefighter David Robideau, and Firefighter Stephen Murphy. Each year, we select our Firefighter of the Year through a ballot system. I go out to each group, and I asked for each group to select a person that represents the best of the Reading Fire Department, and firefighters Wallace, Robideau, and Murphy, they were selected due to their actions on February 3rd, 2011. And obviously we all remember this past winter and the extensive snowstorms that we had. That was the time that we were seeing structural collapses in buildings and homes throughout the state. On that day, we received a phone call from a homeowner that reported cracking of an interior wall of their home. Some of the tiles were falling off their shower, and there was also bulging of an exterior wall. When firefighters Wallace, Robideau, and Murphy arrived on scene with Captain Garino, who's actually here tonight, they could see the structural damage to the home. After their examination, they told the homeowner that they could no longer stay in the home. The rear wall of the home was bulging out, and they could see cracks both horizontally and vertically in the rear wall. They could also hear cracking sounds within the house. Inside the house was a father and a son. Captain Garino, who was the officer in charge, informed the homeowner that due to the extent of the damage, he couldn't allow them to stay in the home, and that he'd be contacting the building inspector, and he had to shut down the utilities, the gas supply to the home and the electricity. While firefighters were doing this, the roof suddenly collapsed, just flattened. This pushed the front wall of the home out about a foot and pushed the back wall of the house out a couple of feet. So it looked like a total collapse of that building was imminent. Patrick Wallace immediately ran into the house, accompanied with Firefighter Robideau and Firefighter Murphy. They took a look at the house. They saw that the safest place to enter was in the side by the garage. They went in through the garage and went up and searched for the father and son that were in the building. Fortunately, within a few minutes, they came out of the house on their own. They continued the search until Captain Garino radioed and told them that the occupants had left the house safely. Because firefighters Wallace and Murphy, without hesitation or regard for their own personal safety, they immediately entered the structure to search. The performance that day, exemplified the performance of duty, and are a testament to their skill and commitment to the community. And throughout the incident, they displayed the highest degree of valor and tenacity and professionalism while operating at a very difficult scene. So on behalf of the Reading Fire Department, I'd like to say congratulations and thank you. And I have pins that signify that you were selected for Firefighter of the Year. And congratulations and well done.
At this time, Senator Clark and Representatives Jones and Dwyer will present the citations.
It is a great honor to again be able to bring the greetings from the Senate to these three firefighters, Stephen Murphy, David Robideau, and Patrick Wallace, not only for your bravery and quick thinking that saved lives in this particular incident, but for your commitment to the town of Reading, to public safety, and for always, as firefighters, being willing to run in to a situation where anyone else is going to be running out. So we have official citations for all of you that read the same, but be it known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its congratulations and recognition of your distinguished service to the town of Reading and to public safety. And be it further known, the Massachusetts Senate extends its very best wishes to all of you for your continued success. And this citation is signed by the President of the Senate, the Clerk of the Senate, and myself. Thank you very much. We're very proud.
First of all, you didn't think you weren't going to hear from me tonight, but as a member of the Chamber, as a past very grateful recipient, it really is a privilege to be here tonight to honor some terrific firefighters, police officers, volunteers, elected officials, and I think that speaks to what is so terrific about what makes our communities great. Appointed officials, elected officials, and volunteers joining together on a daily basis to make Reading and North Reading just tremendous communities to live in, to work in, to raise a family in. And on behalf of Jim and the House, we too have a citation from the House to each one of our firefighters, and most importantly, thank them for the service, and it reads as follows. Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers sincerest congratulations to each of our firefighters in recognition of your outstanding service to the Reading Fire Department and the town of Reading. We commend you for your dedication to the safety of our community. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortunes and continued success in all endeavors given this 30th day of March 2011 and offered by myself and Representative Dwyer and signed by the Speaker of the House. And congratulations to each of our recipients, and more importantly, thank you for your service.
Okay, now I'd like to introduce to you Chief Edward Nolan, who will present the North Reading Police Officer of the Year, Sergeant Michael Murphy, and also Officer James Karsha.
To reflect on what my brother, Chief Jim Cormier mentioned, I'd like to thank the Chamber as well for providing us in public safety the opportunity to showcase some of the professional work that our agencies do. Thank you to the North Reading and Reading Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much. I would like to also thank and congratulate the recipients of the Citizen of the Year Award, Ms. Sheila Clark and Mr. Bob Mosseri. They are dedicated to their communities, they're dedicated to the public service of their communities, and well-deserving of the awards that they will receive later on this evening. I'd like to also extend my thanks and congratulations to the service provided by Officer Sergeant Clark of the Reading Police Department and the 3 Reading firefighters for entering into that building that was collapsed at great risk to their lives. Without that devotion and professionalism, people can really be in harm's way. So thank you, gentlemen. I'd like to also recognize North Reading retired Fire Captain Don Cook, who will receive his award later on. Congratulations, Don.